Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ken.
This is Dex.
This is Ken.
This is Eric.
And this is Alter Apex Radio.
What's up, everybody? This is Alter Apex Radio, our vodcast where we bring you into our weekly band hangs, have a beer together, and let you know what we're up to, turn you on to rad new music that we're discovering. We've got some great stuff to show you in this episode, so stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned to find out.
Make sure to click that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can keep up to date with our videos. Follow the Alter Apex Radio playlist on Spotify. And if you listen to music on Apple Music, you can click the link in the description below for the playlist there.
So if you haven't heard of Alter Apex before, hit us up on Instagram at alter_apex. Currently, we're promoting our new single, Blessings.
Bless when it's all said and done. It's all
We're creating a lot of really cool content around that, so please stop in and check it out. Thanks to everyone who's been checking us out and subscribing and following. We also have a new team that we're working on now that we're really excited about, so we can't wait to share that with you, and got a lot of other cool stuff in the works as well.
All right, well, now it's time to get into some new music. Up first, we've got a killer band called Anesthesia. They're a metal band from right here in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, to be more specific. These dudes recently won the Battle of the Bands competition that was put on by 94 Rock, Rio Grande Studios, and Revel Brewing. They came out on top of a list of a lot of great rock bands from the area and what was called the COVID cage match.
Sounds brutal, doesn't it? Heinous.
Basically a live stream battle of the bands. But I just connected with the singer of this band the other night, Jake. Super cool dude.
Just like a cool guy.
The tune we're going to get into from these guys is their latest, and I gather they're currently working on a new album. I can't wait to hear what that sounds like, and I definitely can't wait for us to hopefully share the stage with these guys once all this stuff is going again. But here's the tune, Flying Without Wings, by the band Anesthesia.
Hey!
Fuck yeah.
That's a mean riff. That's a mean riff, dude.
Just right from the get-go, man. Like, that is badass. Like, I love the guitar tone.
Mm-hmm.
The hey is very appropriate.
Yeah, it belongs there for sure.
Yeah, and just like that riff is sick. Let's keep listening.
Yeah.
Now, I know I've already had a few, man, but I am pumped listening to this right
Yeah.
now. It's so good.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. Dude, that drumming is incredible. It's outstanding, man. Like, the mix sounds great, man. Like, just like you said, the guitar tones are killer. The bass is present. The drums are, clean and heavy. I'm enjoying this, man. That's just a really shreddy riff for sure.
Yeah, man. Ken, what are you thinking of the drums?
They're super cool. They're very clear, like Eric was saying, and he's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's really good. I like how he does those like tail end of like the measure, those like little fast double bass things. Those are sick.
Yeah, when that
that's
started
what I
coming
was
in,
gonna
I was
say.
like, well, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Know the feeling, you know the pain.
Jesus.
He's a great metal singer, dude. Like he's
He
doing
is, man.
everything that like it's very you know, kind of some of those things he's doing is a little Phil Anselmo-esque, you know, which I'm totally cool with. It's great.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, this is great. It's good, man.
I mean, how could you argue with being compared to one of the most legendary metal singers ever?
Dude. Yeah,
You
there's
know?
no doubt. And you know, honestly, like you couldn't really I don't know if you could do anything different to what the, you know, the riffs are. I think it's great. It's just the perfect fit.
Yeah, I think that like when I know these guys have a big catalog. We should mention these guys have been around for a long time. Like Dex and I, you know, a band that Ken joined later with us. Well, we had a pop punk band called Time for Change. We've been into metal forever. So even in our old sets, we would put in these little metal riffs and stuff like that. We played shows with these guys because back in the day, early 2000s, we all played shows together in different bands. And these guys have been just going all the way through. They're still going and they're still releasing music. They're just doing what they love, man. And there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah, and even the precursor to that, Left Unsaid played shows with these guys.
Yeah, dude.
They've been around forever, man. Like, and they've always been really good. Just super cool dudes, man.
But what I was gonna say, like from the bit that I've been familiar with these guys' catalog, like that's one of the really impressive things, Eric. Like you said, I think this guy is like a riff monster, man. He just like he writes great riffs. And like obviously that's going to make me think of one of their major influences. I mean, they're called Anesthesia, so of course they're influenced by Metallica. You know, like it goes all the way back to the beginning of Metallica's career. They had the bass solo on Kill 'Em All called Anesthesia, and this guy writes riffs that I think are, I mean, they've got to be on par with a ton of the stuff that Hetfield writes. Like it's really good stuff.
Yep.
Don't be out of time, don't be out of green. Light a candle and rise with me, let's go. Come on, we're burning holes in the sky. Release the life in me, flying without wings. Erase positions, get out the grind. The operation time to lose a mind. We got the reasons, we need the rush shots. We got the blessing, God is on our side. Don't be out of time, don't be out of green. Play the tune and dance with me.
Ken, I feel like I remember probably like it had to be like maybe 2 years ago. You were sending videos, you were texting videos to Dex and I. I think you were at the launch pad watching Anesthesia. They were playing as Metallica, right? For Night of the Living Bands or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. They did Metallica that year. I think that was a little longer than that. I think that was 2017 or 16 even. I don't know. But yeah.
I
They
bet you
fucking
they
killed
killed
it.
that, dude.
Oh,
I bet
yeah.
you they killed it.
It was
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, I remember seeing those videos and just being blown away, man. Like, but
Yeah,
it makes sense. It makes sense. So I mean, I hear like you mentioned Phil Anselmo, and I didn't hear that initially. I can hear what you're saying there. Like I think Phil was a little grittier and less melodic. Like there's some really cool melodic stuff that's taken place in Jake's vocals. I hear Chuck Billy from Testament. Like, are you guys at all familiar with Testament?
Oh yeah, dude, I love Testament. Yeah, I think I hear some of that, and I certainly hear some James Hetfield too, man. I think it's
I hear
definitely
James
a
Hetfield
mixture.
in that when he does the Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And well, and there was that note that he held out too. I think he like dropped or went up and something a couple times, but I thought that was really kind of along the lines of like when Hetfield just like holds notes steady. But keep playing it, man. I want to keep hearing this.
I know, right? This is just like.
That's probably my favorite riff in the song. that simple pull off thing that he's doing. And I think what makes that riff too is also what the drums and the bass are doing. Like just like it just has such a killer feel.
Yeah.
This makes me think of a solo you'd write, Dex. Like I hear like that really cool bluesy stuff. I mean, obviously, I think the influences are coming from similar places. You got Kirk Hammett.
Yeah.
What are you guys feeling?
Throughout this song, like it's just it's really, really cool that they've like kind of gone from like one riff like in the beginning to like another, to another, it's like it's this guy is like a riff monster, and this song is, it's not just heavy. I hear like all those subtle dynamics because in metal music it's hard to like to hear and feel those dynamics, but it's like when they're going in those like double bass like like sort of like triplet transitions, to go into the next part, that's just so heavy and just it elevates.
Oh, did Dex break up for you guys?
Yeah,
he's breaking up on us, Dex.
Dude, I think you had a stroke.
You're frozen.
Quick, call 911.
There we go.
No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right.
But like you were saying that it elevates it, right? Like that, yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. Like all those little elements, they make a huge difference when you put them all together in the song. But
yeah,
it's great. Let's keep going. Yes.
I like that riff in the chorus, dude. It's killer, man.
But there's just nothing like a good metal song that's like doing what they're doing with all these like killer furious elements, and then they drop at the end and halftime the drums and keep that riff going.
Yeah.
Let's check it out again. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit so we can hear that. Yeah, dude.
Dude, good.
Hell yeah.
That was really, really good, Dan.
Face melting the whole time, just.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's like total coincidence and completely appropriate that I have my Slayer shirt on tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of that old metal and that style of metal, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I do like some of the Cookie Monster vocal bands too. Some of those are pretty good, but like, just this style, just kind of like the thrash influence, but it's melodic. It's insanely heavy, but melodic, dude, and that's just what gets my ear.
That song had a great chorus. Like
it was structured well, man.
Yeah.
It's structured really well. Yeah.
If somebody would have shown me that band like when I was in like middle school, I would have had no way of understanding why they aren't like dominating the world. like I would be like, so these guys aren't like playing on like Monsters of Rock or something, you know? It's just yeah, dude, like I would have like been trying to find their t-shirt so that I could wear it to school next week. Yeah, it's fucking good, man. Like, I mean, you guys probably know that you kick ass, but you'll get it from us. You kick ass. It sounds great. Can't wait to hear your new album. And we're gonna hit you guys up, see if we can do some more stuff together because yeah, it's very, very, very cool.
Rock that shit.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'm excited for this next one. You guys, this is a little different than you know, all the songs we've done on this show. Whereas the last episode we had a different genre as well. Yeah. But you know, we're all fans of different types of music, all kinds of different, you know, things appeal to differently to each and every one of us, right? So this next song is by a band called Big X out of Los Angeles, California. Their singer Justin used to be the singer of the band Ghost Parade. They played a show with us. Since that band kind of quit playing, he went off on his own and started this Big X project, which is kind of like, I think it's like kind of a solo thing. I know he has other people collaborate with him and such, but it's pop. It's like so I think what it said on his profile is it's trip pop. Kind of a description you're probably not picturing in your head just yet, but it's really heavy in the electronic elements, you know, the beats and everything. Yeah. I'm really drawn to this song because not only the lyrics are really cool, just the vocals are great, but it's also got some really good live instruments in it. Where you'll catch on the bridge at the end is just insane, dude. Super catchy. So I hope you guys dig this.
Nice. I love a lot of pop music, a lot of electronic music. That's one of the things I love about our group that's in this band. The group of guys in this band, we all love different styles, and it's a wide range of stuff we dig.
So one of the things I want to say, you know, it'd be a really cool show to see him do this stuff live, because I think he has a whole cool lighting setup and all kinds of just really cool on stage theatrics. But go check out his videos, dude. His videos are top notch. Like the filming, the locations, the themes he gets into them. Like he dumps some. We wouldn't be able to afford any of this stuff. Let me just say that right up front. Yeah, we film all four of our videos are in one location. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the song "Headbangin" by Big X. Wait, is this the right song, Eric? I mean, because this sounds different, man.
That's the right song.
Kidding.
I'm just kidding. These keys up. We'll build records made of stone. Yeah, we get real tuned up. Cranked with the speakers blown. And then we gave up. We gave up on rock and roll. We make the songs headbanging. Yeah. We leave your body hanging. Yeah. And we did something.
Dude's a singer, man.
Dude.
He's a great singer. You can tell.
Without a doubt.
We make the kids go savage. To the boy who cut all the strings and went digital. Let all the light fade away until it.
This is gonna sound this is gonna sound lame, but like this reminds me of a style of music that I've done. Like when I did that Missing Thieves project.
Yeah.
Like I love this kind of stuff. This like that break into the pre. I assume that's the pre-chorus. I don't think we've gotten to the chorus, but like that was really cool. I love it. I love the vibe.
That lyric is great too, man. Here's to the boy who cut all his strings and went digital, because Justin not only was he the vocalist of Ghost Parade, he played guitar as well. So I think that's a cool
I caught on to that too. I was gonna say
it's sick.
That's very cool. Very cool.
I'm getting it on this pop music.
Nice.
A riff ripping through your soul, and it's no better life.
It's produced so well, like all the elements, like the mixing. I guess when I said produced, I was really talking about the mix, like all of those elements. And like, I mean, I think that there's a lot to be said for finding the right electronic elements, because I mean, when you sit down and you play a song with a guitar, sure, you know, guitar players will sit there and they'll take hours maybe sorting out their tone and stuff like that and making sure that they get it right. But when you sit down at a computer with a library of presets, it can take you forever to find something that you like the sound of or that's inspiring. So that's an impressive part of electronic music. I think it gets a bad rap sometimes, but I think that that's impressive.
So I could be wrong on this, but I do want to say that I think his records were produced by, or these songs were produced by a dude out of Portland, I think. That's a pretty big producer that's done really big bands, man. This guy, he's an engineer, right? Obviously. But he did, I actually looked into him because I hit up my cousin and I said, hey, who does the Big X stuff? And he gave me the dude's name. So I sent him an email and I'm like, we got this project for Crown and Casket. Which we couldn't afford him, you know. But this guy, I think, did Further Seems Forever.
Nice.
And I think he also did one of the newest or one of the newer Comeback Kid albums. Some really big bands, and some really, really great sounding records. So and you know, I'm talking Justin up like he's loaded or something. I don't know his financial situation. I just know I just know all his stuff is really professional, dude. Like in the music and the videos and every aspect of it, man.
I just love like the how the musical tastes are weaved through all this stuff. I mean, like you're mentioning like Further Seems Forever, and that has me thinking of like The Moon Is Down. That song's playing in my head right now. And then the guy that was working on that is working on this type of stuff. I just love that. Like the evolution of like musical taste and like it's just a beautiful thing, man. Art.
Here's to the boy who cut all his strings and went digital.
Yeah, nice.
Let 'em not fade away until it's invisible. Yeah, I'm getting in on this pop music. I'm getting in on this pop music. I'm getting in on this fucking ridiculous pop. I'll throw it down if you ain't gonna lose it. Don't bust it.
Do you guys feel like he's like too on the nose about his goals?
He's just saying, you know, straight up, man. That's all it is.
I know. I think it's a great line though. Like it's a great line because like you could feel like it's too on the nose, but like it's there's like a cool aggression to it. And like, I mean, I think that sometimes it's the most on the nose line of the song that sticks in your head.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
Like you're like, that's the guy that's saying I'm getting in on this fucking ridiculous pop music.
If you ain't gonna use it, now you think you just headbanging. Man, you ain't even moving. I'm getting in on this fucking ridiculous pop music.
Okay, cool.
Piano right there. That's cool.
I like that, the pitching of the vocals and the sample there.
We make the sounds headbanging. We leave your body hanging. Yeah, we did some damage. We make the kids go savage. You
great, dude. Like he just reminded me of one of my absolute favorite vocalists. Like, you guys familiar with The Format
Yeah.
with
Mhm.
Nate Roos?
Mhm.
Like,
heard the name.
and like he also is the singer of the band Fun.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Fun, like they won Grammys and shit, I think. But
Yeah.
Nate Roos is an amazing singer, and his range is just so amazing. But he also has like a really cool natural kind of some sort of natural vibe or tone to his voice. And his voice just reminded me of that. It's one of the runs he did there. But this is a great song, man. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm really liking the electronic elements and the music itself in the back.
That part with the
really
solo
cool.
is just killer, huh? Like it just.
It is.
I think the first time I heard this, I just really kind of wasn't expecting it to come in with like live guitar, because just
Mhm.
The electronics throughout, but it's so good, man.
Yeah.
Ridiculous pop music. Make the songs head banging. Make the songs head banging. Make the songs head banging.
Nice. That little whisper was really cool. That thing in the background, that like it makes me wonder if he pitched his voice to do that, because that's a really fun thing. I mean, I'm so like not even probably elementary level when it comes to electronic music, but I love doing stuff like that when I have messed around with the sampler, because you can record your voice and then you can pitch it in the program and like play your voice back singing something sounding like a chipmunk, but you can make it really melodic and cool.
Sick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
super
this-
creative.
Yeah, this really all took me back to 2008. When I was living in Glendale, Arizona, and my old band, Good with Grenades. We were all sort of like immersed into that kind of like up and coming sort of like pop punk infused with techno elements.
Mhm.
That whole scene,
Like Forever the
there-
Sickest Kids and stuff like that.
Forever the Sickest. Yeah, they were a band, and then there was an act called the Medic Droid that was becoming really really popular. This guy's vocals kind of remind me of Chris's vocals from the Medic Droid, and then like I remember getting into that really style and element of music. Really diving into like Daft Punk and Dead Mouse and Mastercraft and like all these like up and coming back then like techno artists, and infusing that with like sort of like pop rock and punk elements. This really took me back to that.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah, he's been kicking out tunes for a while, and I chose this one, and it is one of the first couple I think that he put out, and it's a little older. It's a couple years old. He did just release a new single called "Spin It" that's really good.
Yeah,
but
I
he
seen
has a
that.
bunch of songs up, and he's got a big following, man. He's doing really
Yeah,
well with
looks-
Spotify, and
You got
some of
almost
these other-
20,000 monthly listeners right now.
Yeah, it's
I-
killer, man.
Nice.
I can tell, like this is like it's definitely pro quality.
Yeah.
Like the what he's getting with his tracks and everything. I would not be surprised to turn on the popular radio station out here and hear something, either one of his songs or something like it. It's very modern, and something that I think is going to be a lot more in more modern music.
Yeah, it looks like that headbanging song we just listened to is one of the first tunes he released for this project. So, and it looks like his following has been building really, really well. So he's definitely doing what he said he was going to do. He's getting in on it, man. And like, he's killing it. So good job, dude. Like if you end up hearing
Awesome.
this, seeing this, seeing us jam out to your song, it was very, very good. And yeah, so keep going, keep rocking it.
That was really good.
So for our third tune for this episode, third and final song, we've got a really, really, really cool band from Seattle area. They're called Hellbot. And I actually have a real cool story about these guys that involves our mutual friend in the band, Danny V, that works up at KISW, the big rock station in the Seattle area. You could say the legendary rock station that was involved in breaking the careers of bands like Nirvana and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains, the bands that inspired this project that we're doing. But so this story all started back when we started Alter Apex. Our friend Danny, he shot me a link to some music from a local Seattle band called Bruiser Brody. And he said a buddy of his at the station played drums in the band, and that they had been doing some really cool stuff for a while, but they were, it turns out, later in the story, I found out that they were currently like on hiatus. But anyhow, I listened to this band and I was thinking, they sounded legit. They were so good. They had like some of that 90s Seattle sound mingled with what I would say is like, that gritty Guns N' Roses 80s rock, 80s metal sound, stuff that all of us love. I told him that I wanted to feature them when we started this Alter Apex radio thing, that we wanted to do one of their songs. And he was like, they're kind of on hiatus. They're not really doing much right now. So I ended up deciding to feature a different song. But later, what happened is, just kind of as we've been discovering a lot of these other bands, we ended up being added to a couple playlists, I think, that I noticed that this other band, Hellbot, had been added to. And they were one of the bands that stood out as I listened to the music. And I thought that their songs sounded really cool. And probably just a few days ago, I was listening to a song from Hellbot, and it must have been one of the vocal lines. I was just like, wait a minute. This is the vocalist from that band, Bruiser Brody, that's singing in this band.
Oh,
and
cool.
So
cool.
It gets cooler. So I do some Googling, and the names aren't exactly lining up. And I'm like, I think that's the guy though. Like, cause I just feel like I can hear it in his voice. And so I hit up Danny, and then he tells me a story. And it turns out that I was listening to Hellbot, which is the son of the guy in Bruiser Brody.
Crazy.
Oh, shit.
The dude's voice sounds exactly like his dad's voice.
Wow.
Like, it was it's crazy. And like, I'll show you guys both the bands so you can hear that, and I'll put clips of them throughout this story. But that was just an amazing thing. And then the story goes even further. Like, so Dex, remember, like you're gonna remember this. It's probably like 2 years ago. We must have been in one of our times when we were just talking about our mutual love for Alice in Chains. And I sent you a YouTube video of a dude that was singing Junkhead at a Lane Staley tribute, and he fucking killed. Like, it sounded so amazing. You remember the video I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
That is the dad. Like, so that's the dad. So like, as I'm talking to Danny and he's telling me names of these guys, I'm like, wait a minute, I've heard that name before. And I remembered the video from years ago.
That's crazy.
That this guy,
That's cool.
This guy just like, he sang at this Lane Staley tribute, which, I mean, I desperately want to take a trip to Seattle, when shows are happening again, and see one of these tributes, because some of these guys, and this dude in particular, I'm going to put a clip in there, kills it. Like, it just sounds so good. But yeah, like all those dots, like what a crazy story. I'm hearing the son's voice, and I recognize like that's just such a cool thing that it's in his fucking genes to sing like this. And
That's rad.
And they're really, really good. So all that to say, you know, Hellbot is a newer band, and they sound like they're just great. They're killing it. And this song that we're going to get into by Hellbot is a song called Cool with the Devil. And actually, we just got followed on Twitter by Satan himself. So you might say that we're cool with the devil as well. Here we go. Let's get into it.
Yet again, another coincidence.
Right?
Been down and out with my face all up in the mud, and I kept on going. Looked up and down, not knowing where to go anymore.
I felt like such a dad doing that. Slapping the bass.
Yeah.
It's a great groove, man. It's cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
dude.
Yeah, honestly.
So I kept on.
What were you gonna say, dude?
Honestly, with the name Hellbot, I wasn't sure which direction was going to go. I'm like, I already liked the band one because of the name. I'm like, yeah, it's a great name. These guys are going to rock my freaking socks
dude.
off. But
Yeah.
you know, but I was actually surprised by what they're playing, and then I think it kind of when it went into the verse, it took a turn I wasn't expecting going into that groove. It's cool.
Me too, because like when I hear that intro, I'm hearing boom, like the way that you're expecting it to go is boom and you know, like come in with that riff, but then they like change the direction on you, and it's killer. It's part of the element of surprise.
Rolling. Yeah. Don't you turn around. Boy, you won't know where to go. Hey, I was born a rebel. Hey, I'm down on a level. Hey, I'm cool with the devil, yeah. Hey, I was born a rebel. Hey, I'm down on a level. Hey.
And so what I feel like is happening with these guys is I feel like they're doing something that is so true to the Seattle sound. Like, because I feel like I hear fucking like Mother Love Bone and like the shit that like was before the blow up, you know, like I feel like I hear like that grungy grittiness happening in it, but I also hear the fact that like all the guys in those bands, I mean, they came from shit like Queensryche, and they were listening to Rat, and they were listening to Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, and like it was all that stuff, you know. So like in a sense, these guys are a throwback before like that big blow up, and they're killing it.
Right. Yeah. The vocalist, like when the chorus like comes and hits in, you know, he's got like sort of like timbres and like little tones in his voice that remind me of the dude from like Faith No More.
Nice.
You know,
Mike Patton.
Patton, yeah.
That's a compliment, bro. You know
Yeah.
it, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, this guy could sing, dude. I really like his voice a lot.
I'm cool with the devil, yeah. Up on my feet, so you know the beat that I can keep on stepping. No defeat, my pride is always right. I carried on like a band of gypsies, keep on traveling. Open country with an open.
I feel like fans of like Stevie Ray Vaughan and like Kenny Wayne Shepherd would totally be able to get into this. It's very accessible for like just a hard blues type stuff too. Like and then metal fans too. I think they could groove on this.
Don't you turn around. Boy, you won't know where to go. Hey, I was born
I'll just say that piece before the chorus that might get overlooked by a lot of people, but it is very, very cool when they break to those two notes, those two bends, bow, bow, bow. Like they don't just go straight to it. But I think that's a great piece to the songwriting.
Yeah, it's definitely like a little cool little transition to get into the chorus for sure.
The guitar tones are sick. So sick. And speaking of that, I noticed that on the Instagram for the band, the guitar player's been doing some little short series where he's like explaining how they're getting the tones for the different parts in their songs, which is really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, that solo, I don't know if do you guys hear, like, I feel like that solo has like Pearl Jam on it. Like it reminds me of like those solos off of 10 and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I could be reading into that, but yeah, just it's ripping. It's from Seattle, so like the only references we make are Seattle.
No, I definitely hear like Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and of course, like Stevie Ray Vaughan was, I think, like, the most like he was the guitar player that brought like rock and blues to the mainstream and made it accessible for people. So it's definitely, if you're playing anything, if you're playing rock and you're playing a guitar solo in like a a major or a minor blues key, you got a little tip of the hat to him for sure.
I was born a rebel. I was born.
Yeah, getting back to that intro.
I was born a rebel. Hey, I was born a rebel. Hey, I'm down on a level. Hey, I'm cool with the devil. Yeah. Hey, I was born a rebel. Hey, I'm down on a level. Hey, I'm cool with the devil.
Yeah, man.
That was sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was rocking, man. The tones were just on point, dude. Everything. The bass sounded great. I enjoyed that.
That bass is right in your face. It was awesome.
And the vocals, right? Like that dude can sing like
That guy
crazy.
can sing, man. I really like his voice. I really like that last hey too.
Yeah, that little run, that little run he did. That was very cool. Yeah. Yeah, it was and then when I told Danny, I was like, dude, these guys can sing, like dad and son. Like they're great. And he's like, you got to see them play live, man. Their stage presence kills, And so I even checked out a couple of their music videos, and you could tell they're rock stars. But so good job, guys. Like, it sounds killer, and hope you keep putting out music. It sounds fantastic.
Those guys are badass.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. Hope you like these tunes. If you like these songs, comment on the video. Let us know what you thought. And, if you have any other bands that you'd like us to cover, let us know. We're always looking for new music. I mean, we're a band first and foremost. We write music, but we love good music. And so this is really fun for us. And we'd love to get the community going around this, get chatting about different music that you guys like. That may resonate with us as well. So thanks for hanging out. Peace.
Later.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you guys see the one the other day with Chuck Schumer where he like said something about an erection, like speaking to
Mm-hmm.
the Senate?
He said, people are going to have to decide whether or not they believe that Donald Trump instigated the erection against something like that. And he was talking about the insurrection. And he said erection.